Hi, my name's Amanda Rabinowitz, and I teach storytelling with sound. I've been an audio storyteller for more than 20 years, and for the last 13, right here at WKSU Public Radio. We are an NPR member station located right here on campus that serves 22 Northeast Ohio counties. The benefits of learning audio and how to tell a story through the ears instead of the eyes has become increasingly relevant as podcasts have become more popular. But my class focuses on learning how to capture, edit, and produce audio professionally. The first thing I tell my students is that audio storytelling is different than any other media form that you've worked with. It requires a different approach. First, understand what sets audio apart from other forms. It incorporates all of the senses. You are the eyes, ears, touch, maybe even smell for the audience. So think about when you read a newspaper or a digital story. You move at your own pace. Sometimes you skim quickly, sometimes you slow down to capture every word. You can back up, catch a name or statistic you missed. You often don't read to the very end. When you're listening to something, you have different expectations and capabilities. You can't control the pace of the story. Radio is linear. It's always moving forward. The words and sounds whiz past your ear with no opportunity to slow down or rewind. What I've really been trying to get across to my audio storytelling students is that audio is all about a connection. Think about how we listen. We're usually doing other things, right? We're on the go, and we have lots of choices of listening to different things that we want. If you're not capturing your audience within the first few seconds, you've lost them and potentially forever. So audio storytelling requires full attention of someone, and you have to take that seriously. It's about quality, intimacy, visuals, and taking your listeners on a journey, actually putting them somewhere. That's the beauty of words and sounds. They can make our imaginations go wild, and they can make us think and feel. We are suspended in our perceptions of things when all we have is words and sounds. We get to create in our minds what something looks like. Students in Storytelling with Sound learn all of the professional equipment that you would need to go out into the field and put together a quality audio story. That would include a dynamic microphone that's great for one-on-one interviews, and perhaps a shotgun microphone that allows you to really zoom in close to the action and capture the sights and sounds that can put a listener in a location. And all of that using a handy Zoom recorder that allows you to capture hours of digital audio and take this anywhere you go with just a couple of batteries and an SD card. Also, a pair of professional quality headphones so that you can be listening as you're recording and making sure that everything you capture is going to be of the highest quality that you can capture. This past spring put Storytelling with Sound in a unique position. When Kent State switched to remote learning, we had to entirely change our approach to a final project. It would normally require students to go out to the field with all that equipment, capture all the sounds they would need, and put together a 5 to 7 minute audio story. It's usually a 2-month-long project. But I couldn't do that. Couldn't send my students out into the field, and they had no access to that equipment once we went to remote learning. So I had to do something that I've never done before and never said was an okay thing to do. I said, use your phones to record from home. What we learned is that you don't really have to have a whole bunch of fancy equipment to really tell a good story as long as you have the foundations of solid production and storytelling skills that we spend a lot of time in the beginning of the semester going over. So students at home using their phones spent 1 week recording audio diaries about their experience of navigating college during a pandemic. And this is something you can do as well. Pick 3 to 5 days, planning a specific topic or narrative that you'll discuss each day for about 10 to 15 minutes. Be conversational, use all of your senses, incorporate sounds, and allow listeners to enter your world. A couple of tips if you're going to be recording your audio using your phone. Just use the voice memo function that comes with your phone. Next thing to do is locate where your microphone and speakers are on the phone. Usually they're on the bottom, but you want to make sure that you don't have a case that's covering them or that you're not recording with your fingers covering them. Make sure that they're clear and open. The next thing you want to do is when you start recording, make sure that you have enough space in your phone to be able to handle a 5 to 10 minute recording. You don't want to run out of space and have this perfect moment that you're recording be cut off because you don't have enough room. The best thing to do is once you record one track, upload it somewhere. Send it to the cloud, put it on your computer, you can send it to a drive somewhere, but make sure you're just getting it off the phone right away and finding it someplace safe so it's not taking up extra space on your phone. The next thing to do is recording. The thing that I don't like about phones, obviously, is that the speakers and the microphones aren't as great as if you would go out and take a kit into the field and have a microphone plugged into a recorder. But these speakers are pretty good for as little as they are. You have to use them in the correct way, which means one thing that they're going to do is pop a lot of P's if you keep your mouth too close. That being said, you do want it close to your mouth. You don't want to be recording from a distance over here. It's not going to pick it up, and it's going to pick up more room sound than anything. So make sure the phone is close to your mouth, but notice I'm keeping it at an angle. That will keep those P's from popping directly into the microphone, and they're going this way. So really record kind of like this. And if you have some headphones on, you can really hear what's happening. Maybe you want to test it out a little bit and see if you want it just a little further away if it's real sensitive and you have maybe a louder voice. So keep the phone at a good distance, angle it away from you. And again, when you stop that recording, upload it right away. Get it off the phone. You can delete it there once you know it's somewhere safe so you can keep recording and going on with it. Another thing to keep in mind when you're recording with your phone is to set it to airplane mode when you're getting ready to record. The last thing you want is a phone call coming in or any other notifications that are going to make sounds or disrupt your recording. Another thing to keep in mind when recording your voice tracks is to find somewhere quiet to do this. You don't want to be in your room with a dog barking or a TV on or someone's in the next room making a bunch of noise. The best thing to do is to isolate the sound around you, which means going to a small space that doesn't have a whole lot of echo and is going to create a nice, compact, crisp sound. So a lot of people go into their closets to record their audio. It's a small, tight space, not a lot of echo sound that's going to be happening. Sometimes what we do in the field with WKSU and NPR is we will stack up a bunch of pillows around us to kind of create a little sound fort, or put a blanket over our heads so that we are keeping that sound really compact and isolated in our small environment so we get the best possible sound possible. Using an audio editing program, and there's a lot of free ones out there, we use Audition Creative Cloud. Import all the tracks and start listening with your headphones and take some notes. What were some of the highlights from those 5 days of recordings? Create an outline. Yeah, with pen and paper, create an outline. Start mapping out how you would envision this coming together. And then you start the editing process.
It's going to be far apart. The stage is going to be far from everybody. We're going to be doing all of our merch sales and talking to people outside the actual venue. The music box is really doing a great job of taking precautions.
Once it's produced, you mix it down and you have one 15 to 20 minute podcast. You give it a title. Audio storytelling, it's one of the easiest mediums to create and produce, but it does take skill. Think about how people listen, painting a picture with words and sounds and capturing the audience through production and keeping them there. Those are the skills that you master in Storytelling with Sound.